I don't think I talk about the Xbox enough. Maybe I should be talking about it more. I mean, I've done a little bit of content. Like not too long ago, I did a video talking about them laying off 1,900 people, how they're now a $3 trillion company, and them possibly getting out of the physical games, distribution because supposedly they got rid of that department. There's all sorts of weirdness. Like, what the hell's going on with Microsoft and Xbox? But whenever I talk about Xbox, it's like no matter who you talk about, you fan the flames of the console wars. Like I just criticize everybody who deserves to be criticized. I give them kudos and props when they deserve it. I own an Xbox, PS5, and Nintendo Switch. I'm just equal opportunity all the way around. I'm not hating on any of them. I don't care that deeply about any of these companies to purposefully try to fan the flames. I just want to talk about stuff I find interesting, and that's why I want to talk about this today. Not specifically what's on the screen. I want to touch on that because I do find that interesting. But I want to talk about something else that's even crazier, possibly, because I did see this rumor floating around the other day about Xbox possibly going multi-platform. And Polygon's article, they say, that plan shouldn't be surprising fans as much as it is. How Xbox fans are freaking out. But Microsoft's been making its intentions clear for years. I'm going to tell you, when the Xbox Series came out, like way back, I mean, it wasn't like a freaking 100 years ago, but when the Series came out, my perception of Microsoft kind of changed. Not for the worse, not for the better, just it changed. I started looking at them like, oh, they got cloud gaming, their games are on PC, Xbox. Like I started looking at them as like they're just a game company, not a console company. Like I look at the Series X and the Series S as like the S is like a lower powered PC, the X is a little higher powered PC. Because not to talk crap about like, exclusives, but the Xbox, like their games are all on PC. They're on the Xbox. Access is not bad. Like, people being able to get access to these games isn't bad. So it would make sense if they went multi-platform, putting Halo on the Switch and, Starfield on PS5. Hey, the more the merrier. These guys have been eating up companies like crazy to where it would only make sense. Like you're the smallest selling console out there. So you want that money. You've invested all this crazy money in these companies buying them up. You need to recoup that. So it would make sense. It would make sense. So it doesn't surprise me if, Xbox fans are freaking out. I guess I get it. If that's your choice, that's your console choice. And now your exclusive games that you could only get on Xbox or PC are now on PS5 and Switch. You'll be like, well, what the hell's, what? Like, what are you going to do? Cry about it or just accept it? I don't freaking know. I don't care. Like if Mario, all of a sudden they ported Mario Odyssey to the PS5, like I'm not going to bat an eye. I'm not going to cry about it. I think it's weird, interesting, but I'm not going to freak out about it. I don't know. I guess I just think a little differently with certain things, but okay. I'm not reading this article, but there was this thing with Phil Spencer where he tweeted the other day, we're listening, we hear you. We've been planning a business update event for next week, so coming up, where we look forward to sharing more details with you about our vision for the future of Xbox. So that obviously sounds like something's going on, right? Are they going multi-platform? It wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't shock me in the least at all. And, hey, that's good. In my opinion, cool, whatever. I mean, who cares? But what I wanted to talk about, I mean, people do care, obviously. But what I wanted to talk about is this. Is Microsoft in some trouble here? Because, I talked about them getting rid of those 1,900 people, the redundancies, how they appreciated everybody, but they didn't appreciate them enough to find them a job, right? But these fools, I didn't think about this. But now the FTC is complaining. They're accusing Microsoft of misrepresenting their acquisition of Activision and, Activision Blizzard. So this sounds like trouble. I don't know why I didn't think about this, but this letter was filed, I guess, United States of America Federal Trade Commission. Wow. Regarding FTC versus Microsoft Corporation. Dear Mr. Dwyer, or Miss Dwyer. Oh, my bad. Miss Dwyer. I saw an R instead of an S. Miss Dwyer. My apologies, Molly Dwyer, the clerk of the court. My apologies. Okay, whatever. Let's get back on point with this. Damn it. Now I'm blurry, dude. Okay, there we go. The FTC writes to notify the court of Microsoft's publicly reported plan to eliminate 1,900 jobs in its video game division. This newly revealed information contradicts Microsoft's representations in this proceeding, which seeks to temporarily pause Microsoft's acquisition of Activision pending the FTC's evaluation of the merger's antitrust merits. Microsoft represented this to the court that the post-merger company will be structured and operated in a way that would readily enable Microsoft to divest any or all of the Activision businesses as robust market participants in the unlikely event that such a divestiture is ordered. Further, Microsoft argued that the principal public equity that would be served by an injunction to maintain the pre-merger status quo is not implicated by Microsoft's vertical acquisition of Activision, which Microsoft intends to operate as a limited integration studio. Microsoft claimed that public equity favoring an injunction is more acutely implicated in horizontal mergers. A lot of talk here, a lot of lingo, where competing entities integrate their operations and, in the process, often eliminate redundancies. Oh, yeah, so that's what they were doing now. They wanted a vertical acquisition where they're operated, they're not integrated, they're like separate almost, right? Just under the umbrella, but they own them. And now they're saying like, hey, that horizontal mergers where everything's like integrated and redundancies are eliminated, they said that's not what they were doing. Okay, so that does sound like some misrepresentations. Microsoft's reported plan to eliminate 1,900 jobs in its video game division, including in its newly acquired Activision unit, contradicts the foregoing representations it made to this court. Specifically, Microsoft reportedly has stated that the layoffs are part of an execution plan that would reduce areas of overlap between Microsoft and Activision, which is inconsistent with Microsoft's suggestion to this court that two companies will operate independently post-merger. So you tell them what you want until you get it, right? You know, let them hear what they want to hear, and then they give it to you, and then you just do what you want, right? Yeah, I think a lot of us may be guilty of that in certain aspects of our lives. Moreover, the reported elimination of thousands of jobs undermines the FTC's ability to order effective relief should the pending administrative proceeding result in a determination that Microsoft's acquisition of Activision violated Section 7 of the Clayton Act. The reported layoffs thus underscore the FTC's need for injunctive relief pending completion of the administrative proceedings. Yeah, so can this wind up causing some issues for Microsoft because they just told them what they wanted to hear, get this going? And yeah, I'm sure, like, what about those 1,900 people who lost their jobs, right, or in the process of losing their jobs? Would they have been in favor of this acquisition just, you know, going through knowing that they would have lost their jobs? Or would have they been like, no, forget this noise. We want to keep our jobs? Because that's what ultimately led to this loss of jobs. That's what it seems to me, is that this acquisition, getting rid of these redundancies, which to me would make sense. Like but that would mean you're combining departments, divisions, you know, operations, because like whatever Activision owns that they acquired, like say another studio that's under that umbrella, like they're going to have like their own HR department, their own, you know, lunch lady, maybe janitor or something. I don't freaking know. But then they're like, well, we have our own and they're better. So let's, you know, get rid of them. Oh, okay. Well, actually this company's, you know, janitor, he really cleans his toilets nicely. We'll get rid of ours, keep him, you know, so just bouncing around. I know it's beyond like, you know, jobs like that, but it's all encompassing. You never know. It's just, I mean, this sounds like trouble to me. This sounds like trouble, but curious to hear what you guys think. I thought this was interesting. That's why I'm sharing it. Thanks for watching. Bye.